back again, Leslie. Okay, come back, everybody. Welcome back. This is video number 2. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, there's Lainey. Lainey's new, I think. I have to talk to her in a minute. Okay, Jamaica, come back. All right, we're waiting on a few more people. I think there's 4 or 5 more. But anyway, so we were talking on the first video, we were talking to Eva about her experiences in the interview at Helena, a school where her sister is already there and they're going to be living together with her nieces, which is the perfect, you know, that if you can find that, you cannot find a better situation than that with a cousin also about 50 miles away.
Very
Okay.
jealous, Dr. Merlina.
Did you continue? Did you finish all the questions, Eva, before we move on?
Yes, ma'am. Just last tip for everyone. This is what I actually learned after the interview. It is really very important to stay honest to yourself. Do not fake it.
Yeah, be authentic.
That's it. Be authentic. That will actually guide you in the interview, no matter how prepared you are with the questions and then the answers. But then if your answers are not actually authentic, you will get lost and there will be no more consistency. So the interviewers will actually get confused, and maybe that will discredit your credibility.
That's right. I think you hit it on the nail of the head. That they they will catch you somehow. When you are faking something in other questions, then you get caught. So you may as well be, you know, if you feel like that's your weakness, well, admit it, you know, but explain it away, you know, because nobody is perfect. They're not going to expect that you know everything anyway. And that, and nobody likes a know-it-all. And if you act like, yeah, I know everything, whatever, nobody can stand that. You know, we would rather be humble. And what was the saying that says that, it's better to be quiet and be thought as stupid or whatever adjective than to open your mouth and prove that you are. Or something like that. I know it's said better, it's being said better. But yeah, it's being humble is always a good thing. Being a know-it-all is never a good thing, because you want to show that you have a growth mindset, because a know-it-all is a fixed mindset that you're not going to be able to change. Everything is about you, and that nobody can teach you anything, and nobody likes to deal with people like that. So always have a growth mindset that I'm always willing to learn. There's not a thing in the world there's nobody in the world that would know everything in this world, right? So you always learn something new. And to mention that in your interview, growth mindset, that's a good tip to use, you know, right? Did you do that, Eva?
I did, ma'am. I did. I'm very much willing to learn.
Yeah, that's good. You did that. Yes. All right. Well, anything else you want to impart with everybody? Before
I just a quick status. My status, I actually just received the letter intent to hire from. I told you that. So by next week they will be like having a board meeting, and then afterwards, hopefully, it's positive all the way. So I'm waiting for an official job offer.
You should be able to, because so far in that school, everybody that they have recommended had been approved. So I've not known of anybody that's been like torn down, you know. So yeah, that sounds very, very 100% promising to me. So yeah, oh my goodness, I'm so excited for your family. That is so good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Merlina, for the support.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. You did it. We opened the door for you, but once the door is open, you were on your own on the interview. So there's nobody that could really, like, I don't care how many times I've helped you, but it is you that's gonna be there, and what you say is what's gonna matter. Okay, so tell us something that you learned from what Eva had shared. Let's give her a feedback. Is there something that she mentioned that might help you in your future interview, or knowledge anyway? Can anybody share? Is there any aha moment or things that you learned from her? Anybody? I don't want to call anybody, just kind of volunteer if you don't mind. Jamaica, you have anything to say, or Vanessa, Leslie already gets a nobody? Okay, well, anyway, I hope that the things that you shared about the questions would also help. You know, having your introduction, like a 2-minute elevator speech, I would always say, you know, have it practice. Did you practice it in front of the mirror? Did you write it down and practice it in front of somebody?
In my case, ma'am, I actually wrote it down.
Yeah.
And then tried to practice it. But in the beginning of our interview, I had like a mild internet connection problem because there were thunders and all. So that actually like lost my focus, but then just for a few minutes. And then I tried to breathe in and breathe out and go.
Yeah.
Proceed, move on.
Yeah,
So
it kind of distracted your flow, but yeah, it sounds like you brought it back. That's good. Yeah, things like that would happen. And you might want to mention to your interview, especially if you have an unstable internet, let them know. That's it. Oh, by the way, I have a very unstable internet. So if this happened, please be patient with me. I will be coming back in or whatever. You might want to warn them that, especially if you have in an area, you say, well, I live in a remote part of the Philippines and this is just part of life for us. So you just be honest about it. Because we live in a developing country. So they're not going to expect our internet there to be as good as the US. Okay. So yeah, they always like it anyway to know the difference between the US and the Philippines. They love to know that. Yeah. And see, Helena, being you as a second batch, the first batch was your sister and the others, and you being a second batch, they kind of know what to ask now. Yeah. And see, remember your sister struggled when she came here because of her daughters. She missed her daughters. And so there were also, I'm sure, like looking at, okay, what are the similarities between you and your sister? Will you have the same struggle? But because your sister will already be here, especially with your nieces and cousin, that they know you'll be okay. You're not going to have the same 3 months of pain that she had because she was always crying and missing her 2 girls, which I would have done the same thing. Anybody would have as a mother leaving your little kids, And sometimes that is part of your sacrifice because a lot of times you have to see, it takes a lot of money to bring, like for on her part. I knew exactly what it cost her $3,400 to pay the agency to process the papers, and it cost her about $5,000 to buy the ticket for her to go there to help with the interview. So then that's a back and forth for her, plus her one way for the 2 daughters. So that cost her close to $10,000. So, it's $500,000 pesos for us. So it is not quite possible unless you just have a lot of money in the Philippines saved up or borrowed that you will just bring your whole family immediately. You need to give at least a little time. And I was the one who actually recommended to her that you might want to start processing it, because if you don't, you still have a waiting period. That's going to be longer. That's going to take you longer to bring them here. And your daughter's young, you're missing a lot of their development there. They're going to need their mom, as a role model. And so you're missing a lot of, I know you talk every day, but it's just not the same as being able to hug them and being physical. So I'm glad she listened. And I'm glad that her interview is July. And hopefully if everything goes right at the interview, then they'll be here in August 12th, I think. So I told her that I wish that if I could go to the Philippines at that time, we just go together. So I don't know yet. We're still talking. All right. Well, thanks so much, yeah, thanks again for sharing. Who wants to go? I want the people like Jocelyn. Did she come back in?
Yes, Doc. She's here
Okay.
na po.
Go ahead, Jocelyn. Can you please finish what we started with you? Sorry, you got cut off earlier. Hi, yeah, Jocelyn, you wanna talk to us again, or not? You are unmuted right now. Oh, you're muted right now.
Ma'am Joy, please unmute. Yes, unmute po.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Finish
Okay.
talking if you don't mind.
My name is Jocelyn Ilnar Tumlad. I have been working as a secondary school teacher in English for more than 15 years now. And I am passionate in learning new skills, and I have completed training courses related to the job. I have developed my skills in applying teaching strategies to develop students' creative and critical thinking. I believe I also have the skills in maintaining positive learning environment in my class. that promote fairness, respect, and care, and that somehow it encourages learning among my students. And I have been coaching and mentoring students to various academic and literary competitions, which will receive awards
Good.
as a bonus, and then both in district, division, and regional levels.
Okay.
And during this pandemic time, where education among Filipino learners must continue, I have been also part in crafting self-learning modules in the division, which are to be distributed in the different schools to be used by the students within the division.
Okay.
And with all this, I am always willing to make full use of this in a larger working environment like the schools in the United States. Of course, with also the reality that I am also looking for a greener pasture.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Okay, that's good. You might want to also give examples. Like that was a very generic thing that, you know, anybody could just say those, but it's not really you until you give an example. So if you're gonna say a statement, try to put an example. Okay, so like you did strategies, you did all those things, and you might want to do a specific. I always say specific is terrific. So just kind of hone in on specific example, if you, because that would make it more real for you. It would make it more you. Okay, so that's it. But
Okay,
other than that, you
thank you.
had some really great things to say. Yeah. So and be writing your teaching philosophy as well, because they're going to be asking you that in a lot of places. They will be asking you that. Okay. So you're excited
Okay.
about the opportunity. You need to send me, if you don't mind, to send me your resume, cover letter, 3 letters of recommendations, and all that stuff. If you send me an email, I will send you the list. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Doc.
Yeah, it's just mcculloughmerlina@gmail.com. That's my last
Thank
name,
you, Doc.
first name at Gmail. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for attending.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and Christine, thank you for sharing with her the link. Yeah, feel free to share with anyone. I think the more the better. I have about, I think 101 applicants now, but quite a bit of you, maybe more than 25% have been interviewed. So that's a good thing, and it's keep continue to grow. So yeah, so that means that you're also doing better because a bunch of you are also getting hired. so that's good. Yeah. Okay. So who's next? Who's next? Oh, if you have never been here, if this is your first time of attending, I would love to hear from you.
Doc, we also have Ma'am Lani po. Ma'am Lani Tulayba. She is also a teacher here in Bayon.
She's gonna bring all her peers over here, Christine. You're gonna bring all your people here.
Well, actually, Doc, ano po kasi, it's nice kasi I was actually blessed. Like I told everyone na ang Ate Marie Chris was able to introduce you to me, and you are a great help to all of us. Kaya po, like you said, we wanted to share the blessings to others. And I have known Ma'am Joye and Ma'am Lani. So, kaya po, share din naman ako sa ilaha.
Yeah, that would be nice if they can come, right? You'll be parang barkada is already made for you.
Yes po. Yes po, exactly. Hindi na po siya boring.
Yeah, Lenny, go ahead and talk to us, Lenny, if you don't mind to tell us something about yourself.
Hello.
Hello.
Good
Yeah, there she
evening.
is. Nice background. I love the plain background. Yeah.
It is. Hello, Doc.
Hello.
Actually, Miss Teen and Mom Joy had a talk last, I think, Wednesday, and she discussed us about you. And
I hope good thing.
Miss Teen said that you have a big heart to us Filipino teachers.
Thank you. Because you are too.
And
you already have that.
I'm so excited. In fact, I chatted Ma'am Joy and Miss Teen. Thank you for the opportunity, because I have a friend in the US, a retired, a native teacher, retired teacher already, and he discussed everything about America, about the US, which is much really different from here. And It was year 2017, I think, that he discussed everything about America, the especially the salary, and
Yeah.
that's really matters. And that is why I got so excited to apply and to experience what's America.
Okay.
And then when Miss Teen approached us and discussed about the help that you have for the Filipino teachers, I'm so happy because maybe this is really the person who can help us. Maybe God's instrument.
Yeah. Hopefully, right?
Yeah,
But really, all I can do is like get you to the door. But once you get to the
Yeah.
door, you're gonna have to be able to, handle it and all that. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and some also of my co-teachers are there already in the US teaching different states, in
Okay.
Arizona, in New Mexico,
Okay.
and
Are you standing up or are you rocking back and forth? Why are you rocking back and forth?
my chair is rocking.
Make sure you don't do that on your interview. Okay. Do
Yeah,
not
yeah,
be
yeah.
rocking because you're looking like this. And
Yeah,
then
yeah, sorry,
maybe
I'm so
sit
sorry,
still.
Doc.
Yeah, because then you look
Yeah.
like an ADD child. And don't forget to also, I love your background, and don't forget to put like a solid color clothes and then put
Yeah.
makeup on. Make sure you put makeup, at least lipstick and all that on, okay? So look,
Okay.
you have really put an effort in, okay? But anyway, but other than that, tell us your back, your, you don't mention the money part at all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
Of
money,
course.
you could joke about like, well, the money did not hurt or something,
Yeah.
but at the end, but really your focus should be about your learning and how you can impact student learning. So you
Yeah.
need to mention, I used to have a little game with myself whenever I was interviewing. I used to put a tally mark how many times a teacher would mention the word students. And if it's always like a bunch of I instead of a student name was not even mentioned, that is not a good sign for me. So the more that you say the word student, the better. That means your heart is in the right place. It's not about us. It's not about you.
It's for the students.
It's all about kids. That's right. It's all about learning. In fact, you need to say those words. It's all about student learning. It's all about kids. How can I impact, students' lives? Because that's why I went into education, because I want to impact student life, because I'm also, while I'm teaching students, I'm also learning back. We learn from each student that we teach. So they also enhance our spirit, enhance our lives because of them. So try to do that. Make sure that you put the focus on students, okay, while also telling them information about yourself. Yeah, okay, you're gonna be okay. So you have.
I'm not yet introducing myself.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is an introduction.
Go ahead and start. Yeah, you were just
Okay,
giving a background of how you know about me. That's fine.
Once again, good evening, Doc. I am Mrs. Lani Tulayba. I have been in the teaching profession for 11 years now.
Okay.
I have 2 years experience in private and 9 years in a public school. And I am currently teaching in the 7th grade. And an online teacher. I am the only online advisor. I am handling classes virtually, unlike the other sections that you had only SLM, as what Ma'am Joy discussed, the self-learning modules.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay. When you say SLM, you always need to
SLM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we don't know that. Yeah.
Yeah. Self-learning modules.
Okay.
Just like Ma'am Joy, because we're friends, we're also classmates in our master's program.
Okay.
And then we are also writers in the division level of the self-learning modules. And then it's really glad to collaborate, especially in this time of pandemic, that we use technology, because honestly, I'm not really a master of using all these gadgets. Luckily, I was in charge by our principal, our department coordinator, to be the advisor in the 7th grade of the online class. And at first, I was shocked because I didn't know how to use all these gadgets. But I believe that as a teacher, you will never stop learning. Yeah, and I do it every day with the help also of my colleague, my ICT. Luckily, my husband is also our ICT coordinator, so
That
It just
helps.
helped me every day.
Yeah, very good. I love the
Yeah.
words collaborate. That's good. Those are good words to use, the collaborate word. And
Yeah.
also that you're a learner. That's a good one.
Yes.
And when you say
yeah.
technology, they're always looking for people because we do use a lot of technology here in the US. And so don't
Yes.
ever say that's my weakness. Say I may not be an expert, but I'm knowledgeable.
Yeah.
I'm knowledgeable
Yes.
about technology. I may not be an expert. My husband is the expert because he is the ICT coordinator, but not me. But I know I have a resource here right at home that I could ask.
Yeah.
You know, you can
Yeah.
say like that, but do not ever say that that's a lack for you, because that could be like they could X off your name.
For them. Yeah. Because I also watch in the YouTube about interview, and instead of saying there that it's a challenge, you should said it's a learning experience, something like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a learning experience on how to handle technology and all these gadgets. There are difficulties, but I serve that as a learning opportunity for me to improve myself and also to give the best to my students.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
also mention what technology you're talking about. Are you talking?
We are using Google Meet
Good.
as an educational platform in conducting classes.
Very
Yeah,
good.
we also
You mentioned those. Google Classroom. Do you use Google Classroom?
Yeah.
Yes.
Google Classroom.
Mention
We are
those.
using.
Those are
Yes.
so important because those are things, you know, you can just say Google Suites, you know, because it has all the Google Form, Google Doc, Google, you know,
Yeah.
Google Slide, Google Sheet.
Yes.
So all those Google things, those are really big things to mention, because that's one less thing that they have to teach you because you already know that. Yeah.
Yeah. At first, I didn't know how to use Google Forms in conducting assessments, but
Now
you know,
do.
as teacher, you need also to learn every day.
Yeah.
Because students are knowledgeable than us teachers.
Yeah.
So as much as possible, you know, they also to be I think you need also to be updated
Right.
to the trend of the technology, because
They
we are
change every day.
teachers.
Yeah, they change every day. Yeah. And everybody, this is if you have a pencil or paper, you might want to write down www.lynda.com, lynda.com, because that any technology that you ever want to know about step by step, it's on lynda.com. So so that's an important resource for you. That, for example, they'll mention a certain technology, you might want to go to lynda.com and it will show you exactly how to use it. Okay, and it's a free thing. Yeah. It's a free.
That's a great deal.
Yeah. So and don't forget to send me. Yeah, don't forget to send me your information. Okay, send me an email and I will send you the list. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for
I'm
attending.
I'm so happy upon hearing all your talks and your conversations today. I'm more inspired to continue.
Yeah, because we have a really good group here. I mean, I think most of the people here are either working on a job already or have had interviews or already in the visa processing. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so
I
much,
want to talk to R7 230. Who's R7 230? You might want to change that to your name. Bio One City. Why do you have numbers?
We cannot hear you, sir.
Yeah, we cannot hear you.
I think he's using the account
School?
Our office account. He's
Okay.
using it right now, I think.
Yeah, that's fine. Are you in the same school?
Oh, we're not. He's in high school.
Okay. Go ahead and talk to us. Huh?
Can you hear me now? Hello. We cannot hear you.
Yep, it's not very clear.
Hello.
Yeah.
How about now?
Yes, but even louder. Make it even louder.
Yes. So
there you go.
Nice to meet you, Ma'am Merlina.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, thank you for being with us, especially in helping us to get.
Yeah. Tell us about how you got my Zoom link.
Hopefully in the future.
Yeah. Who gave you my Zoom link?
This was sent to me by Miss Lani.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, Miss Lani. Yeah.
Shared about herself earlier.
Okay. Well, tell us about yourself.
We're working on the same school.
Yeah. Tell us about yourself,
Yeah,
if you
so
don't
my
mind.
name is Rakan Jade M. Radcliffe. I've been working, yes, I've been working as a math teacher in the Philippines. That's music, arts, physical education, and health.
Okay.
And I also handle sports events in our school. I also organize cultural events, and I'm really happy that I am having this opportunity to apply in America, and hopefully I'll be hired this year because I've been applying for 3 years now.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
hopefully we
so
can get you out there. What you need to do in your field, you may want to also say something about coaching, because your field will be always relating to coaching. A bunch of our PE teachers here are actually coaches also. So if you know of any sport or have been involved in sport, you may want to mention it in your introduction. Okay? Because do you have any experience in any sport thing? I mean, either coaching or being an athlete yourself. Do you have anything like that? Did we lose you?
an athlete.
Okay. So what did you answer? Because I missed your answer.
Yes, I'm also an athlete. Actually, last week, a week ago, I had my interview in Bloomfield Middle School, but there's still no update
Okay.
because I think they had a positive feedback about me, but they said that there's another applicant, that's a woman, that they will be having the interview with that woman or with that teacher on Monday.
Okay.
So I think yes, it will. It will
What
maybe keep
what
it
school is this? What school did you apply in?
Sorry, it's in Page Middle School. Page Middle School.
Is that in Arkansas?
Arizona.
Page, Arizona.
Arizona. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, good luck on that. I hope you hear something good. You know, you all, even if you did not
Yes,
end up in
hopefully.
Arkansas, I hope you stay in contact with us, because everybody learns from you. We always get new people here. And so the learning that you have gained as you go along is going to help somebody. So it's going to be your way of paying forward, is helping somebody. Okay. So if you have anything, if you don't want to show up in our Zoom, you might want to email me, or, just kind of respond on the reply all and share with us, if you don't mind. So good luck on you. Okay. I hope that you do hear some good feedback. Yeah. Hopefully the girl will not get it, right? Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So anybody else that would like to introduce themselves or talk about anything that you want? If you already been introduced before, I'm trying to look and see if anybody's new here. Sir Mike, have we talked to you, Sir Mike? Sir Mike is muted. I like the background there. What is that? Sir Mike, are you able to come in? There he is, thumbs up. So you're gonna come in or what? I don't know if he's not able to come in. He just have a thumbs up. Are you able to unmute yourself and then talk to us? Not today? All right, let's go to Leslie. Mr. Mike, you just have to go in later. Leslie, talk to us, Leslie. What's going on with you? Leslie Interior. Yeah, Leslie E.
Hello, good evening, Doc.
Good evening, yeah. So what's going on with you, Leslie? Have you had any interviews?
I have no interviews yet.
Not yet, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
you're fairly new too, so yeah. So keep praying, keep your hopes up, okay? And everybody, don't wait for me or anybody to send you. You need to be proactive by going to www.arkansas.schoolsprings.com. And if you don't want to go to Arkansas, you need to change the word Arkansas to another state. There are 50 states. So you put www.texas.schoolsprings.com. And there are, if you want to do the list of states, you can put list of states on Google and it will give you the list of states, and just pick one and change the word Arkansas to that state. Okay, so you need to be proactive and look for that and check it often, because those School Springs website, they're going to change it every day. They're going to add to it. So do not just look at it one time. You need to continue to look every day. When I was looking for a job, I would look at it every day, because somebody will be adding something to it. Okay, so be proactive. Don't just be waiting, sitting there. You need to do something for yourself. Okay, because I got your name out there to superintendents already. So there are already 1,000 schools that's going to be, that's already could be seeing yours. But for you to contact them, sometimes it makes a difference, because there might be, they see all these people, but then you actually sent them something, and that makes a huge difference for them to see that, okay, let's interview her because she or him because this person reached out to us. Okay. And what I'm noticing is that if they have never hired a Filipino or a foreign teacher before, that they are concerned about visa processing. So when they are concerned about that, you need to say, I know Dr. McCullough from Arkansas, or, if they're from Arkansas, they should know me maybe, that she could always help us, or she could always guide schools for that. Okay, and she could send you links or whatever, and she could guide you through the process. So that's not a problem, because she has helped a lot of people already. Okay, so if they get stuck with a visa processing question, just refer them to me, and you can tell them, I don't mind sharing. She doesn't mind sharing her information with schools, so they could email me. Okay, all right. Well, Leslie, welcome back. Who else was there? I'm going through the list here. Vanessa,
Doc,
who is this?
sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a question, Doc, because I just received an email from Miss Anna Parish. She's from Robinson High School, and she mentioned that she asked if I have the American citizenship or work visa already, because the State Department of Education does not support work visas now. Just a few minutes, I received the email.
Yeah, you need to say, we are going to be under J1 under J1 visa, and we have a list of visa sponsors. And if they want the list, they can email me, give them my information, and I can email them the link of the visa sponsors available. GEC is one of them, but GEC right now is full, but GEC is one of the more reliable one. So, but there are others out there. There's in fact, if you look at some of my former communication with you guys, there's a link of visa sponsors there. And I think you can Google it, US visa sponsors J1. And then there should be a link to it. And you can just explain to them that, once you have a visa sponsor, it costs $2,500. And so some schools would pay for it and some schools would not, depending on the budget. And so they can use their Title II funds, which is like the PD, their professional development funds, to help teachers. But some schools have limited budget, they can't do it. So you may have to come up with it, but you get your money back quickly, because you get paid like 2 million pesos in 1 year. And so you can, you keep about 2/3 of that. So so you can get, even if you have to borrow money or whatever, then you can pay it back within the year. So yeah. So just they are always afraid about the expense. They're afraid about the process on how to do it. So you need to make sure that you tell them that there's some help there. People have done this before. I have friends who had been there. But, I meet with Dr. McCullough and the other applicants, and we talk about the process. And so there is help out there. It's not like you will be lost and just be doing it on your own. She could help us. Other people can help. Okay. And for the expense.
Thank you, Doc.
Yeah, for the expense, we really would like, when I talk to schools, I always encourage them to pay for you guys. I said, remember, these teachers are from a developing country, a poor country. They are not just going to have the money in the bank to pay for this. So I said, a lot of times they may have to borrow from somebody, some family, friends, or sometimes a loan shark, with high interest, or sometimes they may have to pawn a land or some property that they have in order to come. So just kind of be kind to them. That's usually what I say. So they need to know our realities in the Philippines, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you
yeah.
so much.
All right. Anybody else? Good question, by the way. That's awesome. Okay. So Michael Sirico, you have been talking to Kathy Tanner from Augusta. Is that right?
Sorry, ma'am, can you please repeat that?
Is somebody from Arkansas, Kathy Tanner, the superintendent of Augusta, has she contacted you?
No, ma'am, I didn't receive any email from
Well,
him.
she's talking about you right now with me on the. I'm having a Zoom with her on Monday. She's very curious about the visa processing. I think they're wanting to know if they can handle it. Michael, do you have a camera that we could see you? Anyway, she is really concerned about the visa processing because they have never hired anybody before. And so I already sent her a link in order to inform her about what it entails on visa processing. So somebody had told her about me. And so then she contacted me and I sent her the list. So she's got the list. She is looking for a middle school teacher, math teacher. She's looking for a high school math teacher, and she's looking for science and some elementary, I think. There's 4 or 5 different things that she's looking for. So everybody, if you're interested in that, you may want to Google Augusta, like August with an A, Augusta School District, Arkansas, and look at their website and see what they're looking for. And if you have that, whatever the qualification for that, you may want to contact Kathy Tanner. That's the superintendent, and it should be on their website, the superintendent. So anyway, they're looking for one, and they're talking to me about it. And I've sent them all kinds of names. What I've done was I have separated your names through different categories, like all of the elementary teachers, all of the high school teachers, all the science teachers, all the math teachers. I put them in categories, and I've sent her files and files of your link and the people from that category. So they have it, but they have the access to the names. But for you to, Sonia, welcome. For you to actually contact them directly, to be proactive, that makes a difference. So make sure that you do that. Okay. All right. So Michael, good luck if they end up contacting you. Okay. So you may wanna contact her and say, hey, Dr. McCullough gave me information about you. Can you Michael, email me and I will give you her information directly. Okay, because she specifically mentioned you. All right. Next.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay. Is there any question that you have before we move on to the next person?
Ma'am, good morning.
Good morning. Okay.
I just received an email from Dr. Lara regarding the TOEFL exam.
Okay.
Because they are like trying to have all their teachers licensed as quickly as possible. Would it be fine to take it? Is it actually good? I don't know how to state this one, but
is it better to take it there or here?
Yes, ma'am.
It's the same company. ITS.org is worldwide. So if you take it there, that's going to be the same as taking it here. So you need to go. It's expensive though. I think $200 some. I don't remember. But anyway, so tell her that you are looking into it, because TOEFL is something that you could look at it. You can also look at looking at the reciprocity, the New Mexico. If you look at the New Mexico credential on how to get it, because it's easier for the Philippines to convert with that. And then after you get the New Mexico license, then you can do a reciprocity in Arkansas, and you don't have to do the TOEFL if you do it that way. That's a way around it. I don't think I've ever mentioned it to her yet, but that's a way around it. TOEFL is to get a New Mexico license and then do a reciprocity with Arkansas. Okay.
I see. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, you did. And my last email with you from last week, I sent you, or 2 weeks ago, I sent you a link of those things. So you may want to review some of my emails. Okay. All right. Good question there. Good point. All right, let me see, Jamaica. Have you talked to me, Jamaica? I know I've talked to you before.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah. Have you done your introduction to of yourself yet before?
Yes, this is my second time.
Yes. Yeah. Remind us about yourself, because there are some new people here, if you don't mind.
Good evening, everyone. Good morning there, ma'am.
Yes.
My name is Maria Jamaica Luminario. I am a secondary school teacher here in the Philippines. And the subjects that I am teaching right now are English